Welcome to FS25, everyone. Today I want to talk about the NEXAT Pack. As of today, it's 2 days old. It just released a couple days ago, and something you should know before installing it, at least for me, it's completely broken. I'm going to show you what it's doing, and we're going to try to recreate it here. Now, be aware that this video was put out 2 days after the mod came out. Maybe this is getting fixed, but for right now, you should know that it's not working. And I'm going to show you that. First, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about so that you know what we're going to be showing. So here it's just stops harvesting on a map as I'm harvesting. I couldn't get it to start again. It just stopped harvesting. So I recreated it on another map here. Same thing happened. Stopped harvesting. And then just, not completely sure. I wanted to be sure. I took it to a default map, the Asian map, Bhutan Pantai, where we're at right now, with no mods other than just this mod itself. And sure enough, I recreated the same thing. It stopped harvesting yet again. It's done a few other things too, which we'll show. I wanted to show that up front to say that, yeah, this thing is not working. We're going to try to get to the bottom of that today, but I wanted to show you, I didn't want you to think you were going to waste your time on a video that wasn't going to show you anything. No, I'm going to show you exactly what it's doing or not doing. And maybe you've had it do this too, and maybe we can get to the bottom of this. So here we are in Bhutan Pantai. This is where I filmed the third of those clips, and right here. So, yeah, so it was harvesting, and in fact, it harvested all the way down this row, and then it got down here, and it just stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. It's done a few other things too, like, for instance, random stupid stuff. All right, so the tutorial video that I posted a couple days ago, the day that it came out, I made a tutorial video. Yeah, I tested it, used it, everything worked fine. I harvested half a field, had no issues with it at all. When I show it in the tutorial video, it's making a weird sound, and I pointed it out in the video as a bug. Yeah, there's bug number one. I don't know what caused that. I haven't been able to recreate that. Hey, that could have been anything. I've had multiple issues with this this harvester header here jumping around. Let's see. Earlier in the video I was recording today, I had it bouncing around as I was driving a different vehicle on the field. And then I had an issue on a different map where yeah, the thing likes to move around. I actually, as I say this, I can see this one right here twitching. Look, see this one right here. Look. Yeah, see? When you walk up to it, it moves and stuff like this. I have a video clip where I was standing on a field. I had the header raised up, and you're standing on one side, and it moves. And then when I walk to the other side, the header moves to follow my character and raises and lowers. So the header's all boogered up somehow. And that could be part of this. Anyway, enough of that. So, the thing was, I had the best of intentions. I was in the middle of filming a video. I was going to film a video, a new farming mini-series. Running a NEXAT farm for 1 year. I was going to use only the NEXAT to farm this whole network of fields for 1 year. And I just couldn't get through the video without the darn thing messing up. And that's why we're here right now. So, thank you for tuning in. I wanted to lay out the premise for this. So, here we are where this stopped working. It was working fine. And there is a couple of things that I've been using to try to repeat this. And I'll get into what that is. First of all, let's see, will this harvest it? I just loaded in. No mods other than this. Here, you can see my mods right here. No mods other than this running. Bhutan Pantai. I did have to actually turn on one mod just to cheat in the money to buy it. I mean, that was necessary. I had to cheat in money to buy this and this field. But other than that, nothing. So we're going to turn this on and see if it feels like working. I just loaded in, so I think it will, because I just loaded in. And then I'm going to do the things that I did before, which I think might have contributed to it breaking. Although, mind you, there should be nothing that you can do to get it to break, because it should work all the time. It should just work. So we can see here that it's working. Now, what I did notice every time, so the first time I noticed it was on the map, the horse aggravation pack. It was working fine. I went to get other attachments for it, and when I got back to the field, it wouldn't work. And so I was like, okay, and that was an oat field, by the way. That was an oat field. So I was like, this is weird, and I continued. It just continued doing it, would not work. So I tried it on a different map, and this is very time consuming. Been doing this all day. I went to a different map. And of course, it can't be just any map. It's got to be a map that's big enough you can actually move this thing around and get to a field, right? Anyway, I set up a different map for it, and I harvested an entire soybean field. Nothing, no issues whatsoever. It worked fine. It worked like gangbusters. It harvested an entire soybean field. And then I thought, what did I do on the horse aggravation pack map that could have been different. And I was like, well, I did stop during the harvesting and then plant and then go back to harvesting. Yeah, I did that. So on this new map, after having harvested the entire soybean field without a problem, I went and got the equipment you see parked over yonder in the distance there. I went and got the seeder and the disc harrow and ran it and planted some seeds and then hooked the harvester back up and went to a wheat field. And lo and behold, it stopped harvesting just like I had happen on the horse aggravation pack. Now, was that the cause of it? I don't know. I would think if this thing didn't work at all, it wouldn't have passed QA and the mod wouldn't have gone live, right? I mean, how could they have missed this? So it must be some kind of sequence of events that I did, right? Still, though, how did it pass QA? I don't know. Was as much crap as wrong with this thing? I honestly don't know. Well, so I came here to Hutan Pantai with absolutely zero mods, except, like I said, for a mod to cheat in some money because I had to buy it. And whoops, I didn't mean to hop out of that. That's my bad. Wrong button. And so I bought this field. Let's go down here. We're going to hook up the that seeder that's down there. Let's fold this up and drive down here. Actually, I can't fold this up with a here. Then let's take this off. It's grain in the hopper. I can't. So we're just going to unhook it. So what was I saying? So I came here and I started harvesting. I bought this field, which is right by the shop. It's very handy. I started harvesting this field and it went off without a hitch, no problem. Harvested this field. And then I went and bought this seeder down here and disc harrow. I planted, you'll see down here as we go down here, I planted just a little bit of canola and then hooked back up to the harvester and then down here, and I can show you the video if I'm not already, I can pull it up on the screen. And sure enough, it started doing it down here. I don't know if it was because I hooked something else up, but again, it's because of something I did. So I've been trying to go through my head, trying to figure out what is it that I did. Because if the thing just doesn't work, then everyone would be complaining. And hey, maybe everyone is complaining, right? Then everyone would be complaining. And the thing is also, if it just didn't work, then why would Giants release the darn thing? Because I'll tell you, I want my money back as it is right now. No, I'm fine. It'll work eventually. It'll get fixed. But it's pretty crappy that I did spend money on it and then now I can't use it because it ain't working. Or at least I can't depend on it to work, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not the type to ask for a refund. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, generally this would be something that you would, right? It'll work out in the end. But I want you guys to know, and this is why I'm making this video, that right now maybe you should think twice. Maybe you should read on some forums and stuff like that. Don't necessarily take my word for it, but I want you to see what's here. That's why I'm making this video, so you can see what I'm seeing. Now, will it fail again now that I'm recording this for you guys? I don't know. But that's why I went and tested it and filmed it on 3 different fields, failing 3 different times. So if it doesn't work here, oh, we gotta pull this up so we can see the lines. There we go. So if it doesn't work here, I've got several recorded clips where I did it over and over repeatedly. The only crops, let's see, it failed on oat and wheat. It didn't fail in the soybeans. I harvested that entire soybean field without fault, but to be fair, look, I don't know if it's the hooking up of something or not. I don't know what's causing it. But I did harvest the entire soybean field, no problem, like I said, and then I hooked this up. And just to be fair, we'll run this a little bit. We'll plant some canola. I'm running with the disc harrow in front and the seeder here. So we're just going to plant some canola here. Just kind of testing this out, and basically all I did was this. That should be enough. I mean, if this is anything, again, this is just recreating it because as you saw just now, it was harvesting just fine. So we're just going to park this here. Let's drop this off. And we'll just drop this off. All right. And let's go back down here and get the harvester back. And the reason I was harvesting and then planting and then harvesting was, well, it was this time of year. It was August on a map, and I was recording a video. It was going to be a video series of using this on the farm, like I said, and I was trying to break up the action in the video, you know, so I was doing some harvesting. We had 3 fields on the horse aggravation pack. You start off with 3 fields. I was harvesting on an oat field, and then I took a break to go plant on a canola field, and then went back to harvesting the exact fields that actually, the field types that we have here anyway. And that's how I noticed it. Now, but again, was it the switching of implements in the back? I don't know. But what I know is that just now this thing was working fine. We'll see if it still is now. So let's get this hooked back up here. All right, we got this hooked back up. And there we go. All right. Let's get out here, and every time I get back out and start harvesting, I don't know. Sometimes it felt right away. Sometimes it took a minute. But, oh, there we go. And there we go. Like clockwork. Yeah, and I didn't push anything. In fact, if I fiddle with it, it should start harvesting again, kind of. Yeah, so this is why I showed you the clips at the beginning of the video, because I figured this would happen. I wanted to show you that I was going to show you that it was not working. So hopefully, and thank you for sticking around, by the way. I'm glad I got this to work. Maybe we can figure this out. See, there it would sum again. Now it's not. Now, it could be a lot of things. This header is a multi-piece header that's meant to follow the terrain. Is something bugging out with that? If you watch it, sometimes you'll see one of the segments bounce up and down sometimes. Is something with that glitching out? Because the ground is flat, and of course this is an in-game map that ships with the game with no mods. So we'll turn this off. I've tried many things. I tried swapping attachments. I tried swapping to the harvester hopper there and starting it. I tried swapping back to the header and stopping and starting it with varied luck. It seems random. I've tried just about everything, stopping and starting it, raising it, lowering it. And the thing is, nothing has really worked. I could sit here and do this all day, and I haven't found a clear thing on what does it. Also, when you hop out of that thing, actually, I got a video clip of this. They need to fix that, because I was offloading into a tipper, and I hopped out of it, and actually I hopped into the tipper, which granted this was parked next to it, but come on, I'm not actually jumping out of the thing. Come on, Giants. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, I was in... The auger empties right here by the cab. When you get out of the cab, if you're emptying into a hopper, chances are that's where the cab is positioned, right? And it put me in the tipper. It's just, it seems like they released this thing with like no quality assurance and like no testing, apparently, because I got this to break in just 2 days messing around with it. I'm pretty disappointed, and hey, maybe I'm wrong on all this. I don't think there's anything I'm doing wrong here, but and maybe I should have led with this. If there's anything you guys think I'm doing wrong, but, you know, I've put a few thousand hours in Farming Simulator games. Running a harvester is pretty straightforward. And as you saw right there, I was running the harvester, and then it was still running, but it just stopped harvesting. So yeah, it's, I don't know, guys, it is what it is. And maybe, hey, maybe it's not broken. And that's why I said at the beginning of the video, this, as of right now, this is 2 days after this thing came out. So maybe you're watching this a week from now and it's been fixed. You know, so I want to be upfront about that. I'm not saying it's broken. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying this is the state 2 days after release. And oh, look, the header's bouncing up and down again. It's waving at you guys. Look, it's waving at you. Yeah, it wants to say goodbye. The video's over. All right. Yeah, it's jumping up and down. All right, bye guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Tune into the channel, subscribe, and follow along for more. There's plenty of series and other fun things like this. Guys, thanks a lot. I'm Ryan from Season 29. Well, that's my character. I'm Ryan. Catch you guys next time.